What if I told you that two broke girls struggling to pay rent came up with a wild idea of renting out an air mattress and somehow it turned into Airbnb? Or that single mom that was rejected 12 times refused to give up and ended up creating Harry Potter, one of the best-selling books in history? If you're thinking, I have big dreams but I don't have money, this video is for you. Let's talk about how to start from nothing and actually make it work. Oh, and by the way, it was two broke guys, but I just like how girls sound better. Anyway, moving on. Let's be real, starting from nothing is terrifying. Maybe you're stuck in a job you don't like, barely making ends meet. You have this huge passion and no idea of how to fund it. We look around and it feels like success is for people that have more money, more resources, more connection. But let me tell you, it's not, and I'm here to prove it. The very first step is shifting your mindset. Instead of seeing money or your lack of money as a barrier, we need to see money as a tool, a resource that we have to learn how to manage. We have to learn how to generate more of it. We have to learn how to make it work for us. A big goal and you don't have the funds, you don't have the money. I think it's very important to embrace this idea. And this is something I really struggle with, but I'm coming to terms with it. And what is this idea? It's simply embracing the lean startup mindset. And what does this mean? This means being okay with starting with what you have and building from there. In my head, I have a particular level I would like whatever thing I'm pursuing to start from. There are certain resources I want to have because it will make it look better. It will make me sound better. It will make people looking at it feel like, yes, this person is established. This person knows what they are saying. But I have to start with what I have and I continue building. So we have to start with what we have and build from there. J.K. Rowling is the author of Harry Potter. She didn't have a publishing deal. She did not have publishers. All she had was a passion and she had the zeal to actually go after it. She got rejected 12 times by different publishers, but she kept on going. And the final publisher that accepted her because his daughter read the book and fell in love with the book. So you never know where your story is going to change. Imagine she has given up the 5th time and she has dumped the story and forgotten all about it. Her life will never have changed. And she could have gone her whole life without achieving what she has achieved because she gave up. So when you have that zeal, when you have that dream, you have to be persistent. Because if you don't put in the work, nobody's just going to come into your room and hand you the deal when you're not putting yourself out there. You have to be persistent and put yourself out there. If the founders of Airbnb, they didn't have money. All they had was an idea. They were desperate to pay rent and they came up with the idea. They used their resources. They were resourceful. And at the end of the day, it's now $1 billion company. What these stories have in common, the thing I wanted to highlight them is these founders did not have money. One was a struggling mom. The other two roommates were struggling to pay rent. Money was not a common factor for both of them, but what was the common factor? Creativity, resourcefulness, resilience. They never started if they kept on waiting for that perfect moment when they will have all the money. They might have never come into fruition. They might have never achieved this. So let's talk about practical steps. These are steps I'm trying to implement in my own life now, from learning more about all these founders and reading their stories. These are the things I can pick up. And I think it is helping me and it could help you too. The very first thing is to start small. Start with what you have. We need to identify the simplest, cost-effective way to test our idea. We want to start a business. Get 1 or 2 products and actually market it to people around you. Market it to your friends, market to your family, market it to random people you meet. That will help you to get an understanding of the people that really need your product or the people that will buy what you have in mind to sell. If you're interested in starting content creation, I'll start with your phone. Do you want to write a book? Start on Microsoft Word. Start on Google Docs. Just start writing. You just need to start with what we have. There is a certain age where you cannot blame your parents anymore. If you're not successful at a certain age, you can't blame your parents. It's up to you. Most people will wait for the perfect moment. But the truth is, there's no perfect moment. The perfect moment doesn't exist. You just have to start. When you decide to start, that will be the perfect moment. Sometimes when you even look back, you even wish you started earlier. If you're in a career you don't love or you don't like, there's a big question of, should I keep my job or should I quit my job and focus on my goal? That is a very tricky question, and I don't think there's a straight path to answering that. A lot of people quit and they just quit and they start pursuing their goals and it works for them. But I also want to mention that there are strategies you can put in place while working so that you can fund your dream. It's a very good idea to just have a deadline for yourself. Is set a particular number of a month. During this period, I'm going to save this amount from my salary. This is going to go solely into my business when I stop. You need to have a game plan. If you can make the plan, if you're not in a toxic environment or you don't feel drained every day, it's better to make a plan. Have an emergency fund. You should have like 2 months salary saved up. So you know that you can maintain yourself. And 2 months salary, you are not going to spend it for 2 months. It includes you transporting to work, buying food because you are going to work. But when you're not working, your expenses is supposed to reduce. So it's going to last you a lot longer than 2 months. And hopefully without that time doing the work and you've been able to generate other income. But don't get carried away. Have to set an amount and be ready to walk your way from there. You will not have the ideal amount you want. It's only applicable if you are working in a job that is not related to your passion or you are not interested in it anymore. But if you are doing something you love, you want to do both of them side by side, that is not a problem. This doesn't apply to you, but this is for the people because I know there are a lot of people who are frustrated by their jobs and they want to do something else, but the money is the restricting factor. So just know your situation and be smart about it and do what works for you. This is very key. If you have a goal, you have a dream, don't have money, you need to leverage free resources. There are free resources everywhere on the net. Anything you want to go into, there are videos on YouTube that you can watch to learn about it. Even if it's book, you want to learn from a book, there's this more recommended book on entrepreneurship, but you can't buy it now because things are tight. You can go on YouTube and search for the audiobook on that book, and I guarantee you are going to see it. If you don't see it on YouTube, there are podcasts that are dedicated to audiobook. You can go to different podcasting platforms and search for that book, and you will definitely find it one place or the other. That's how I listen to a lot of audiobooks. It's either from podcast or on YouTube. Everything doesn't have to be paid. You just have to be ready to search for it, listen to it, read it, and apply it. It's not enough to just watch or listen, you need to implement. If it's creating graphics for your business, Canva is free when it comes to marketing, branding your business. There are a lot of applications, whatever you want to do. You have to be resourceful. Another key thing is you need to budget wisely. There's no excuse. Like I said, you need to have a plan. Before you even quit your job, you should know how much expenses, what are the necessary expenses that you spend every month. You should know that you should find ways to cut them down to the barest minimum, to what is important to plan. Even if you don't quit your job, it's very important to plan because your dream, a lot of money is going to go into it. Subscriptions you have, are there things you are unnecessarily paying for that you're not using? Are you impulsively spending a lot? You just find yourself working, you see something, you always buy, or someone comes and shows you something, you don't know how to control yourself, you buy. You need to keep all these things in check if you really want to go after your goal because every little amount counts, every little $5 counts. I have a finance tracker that I created. It's linked in the description box if you're interested in it. It will just serve as a guide for you to actually see your money. And it's also very important when you're going after this huge goal to build a support system, to have people that support you, that inspire you. Now, for some people like me, speaking from experience, it might not be easy to actually have these people physically. I strongly believe it's just for a phase. I think at the beginning stage, you might not have a lot of people that get you, or the same people that are in the same boat as you are, or doing the same things that you do, or even understand what you are doing. But I think as time goes on, you are going to actually meet people. I think I'm going to meet more people as time goes on that will have the same interest and we can form a community. But for the meantime, if it's online, if you see people that inspire you or are doing things you love, try to connect with those people. Watch the content, it can be from you leaving a comment. There's someone else that is also leaving a comment. You can actually create a connection just from the comment section of a video or something on social media. If there are people around you that can be mentors or you can seek advice for, or already doing the things you want to do, try and connect with them. Be their mentee. If there's any event happening in your area that is related to things you're interested in, that's a good place to actually find people that are interested in something you're interested in and you can connect with them. Attend those events. See those events as an investment if it's really something you can benefit from. because you could also build a community from that. Another very important thing is to celebrate small wins and stay consistent. You already know consistency, you have to be consistent. You have to put in the work when no one is supporting you. You know your dream. Nobody understands your dream as much as you do. Sometimes when I even sit down to think of what I really want, I get emotional because I get emotional. I'm just so overwhelmed. I'm so happy. I'm so inspired to put in the work. Nobody's going to understand that with you. You need to be consistent and put in the work. It's very important to celebrate small wins. This is something I think is hard to do for a lot of people, even me included, because we always feel like, oh, I've achieved this, let me go for the next. I've achieved this, let me start working towards it. We even disregard, especially now on social media, you see 200 people following you, you just feel like, when am I going to get to 5,000? When am I going to get to 1,000? But if you're in a room, if I was in a room with 200 people and I had to address them, I don't know if I'll be able to do that. We need to actually try to step back and see what we've actually achieved. To actually sit down and actually reason what we actually achieved. Okay, this is huge. Now, I'm planning now when I get to 300 subscribers, I'm going to take myself out just to celebrate that. 300 is a lot. 300 people that willingly decided to subscribe to my channel is actually a lot. I'm really trying to plan out going out to celebrate that, to celebrate myself achieving that, because it's not a small feat. Instead of focusing on this is small, I need to put in more effort, I need to do this. It's okay to actually take a step back and celebrate the small wins. So don't let the fear of money stop you from pursuing your dreams. Your dream is what the effort, is what the risks, is what the patience. J.K. Rowling kept writing even when no one believed in her. The founders of Airbnb turned a small, desperate idea into a billion-dollar company. Success is never overnight, it's built brick by brick. Keep going, even when no one is watching, even when there's no one cheering on. Because someday your story can be the story that inspires someone else. Your story can be the story that someone is telling on a YouTube video or on a podcast. So keep going because it's possible.